Yo, was heading in. It's Javon Freeman, City Javon, Steamer Freeman. Came with a quick message. If you're sitting here saying to yourself, it's a new year, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna start that, I want you to know you already lost. You failed. You already failed. If it takes for you to get to a new point in time, preferably a start of a year, to sit here and say, yeah, this is when I start this and I'm gonna keep it up, you already failed. If it was that important to you, it wouldn't take for a new year for it to start, begin, and get done. Now, with all failures, there's a silver lining because you don't technically fail. You only learn how not to do something. Because you failed with all those years missed, you now get to say, hey, I can at least do 30 days of consistency at whatever it is I set forth for myself and get the job done. Habits aren't formed overnight. The greatest of habits take years and years and years to truly cultivate. Truly. Like, to make sure that when you want to turn it to check if a car is coming before you enter the roadway, to really have that down in second nature, under duress, takes years. And when I say duress, I mean like you're getting chased, you got to get the safety, things of that nature. That's when habits really kick in. Right? Like they say the older you get, the more your habits are set in. That's when they really kick in. Because you're trying to preserve yourself for the little bit of time you got. If it takes for a new year, you failed. But your silver lining is you now have 365 days to prove to yourself I am what I say I am. I'm worth what I believe I'm worth. And now look, just because you sit here and say I want to develop certain habits doesn't mean you're worthy of all things. You can develop the habit of making money. It doesn't mean you're worthy of quality people. You got to be very intentional about what you're setting forth for yourself. I want the habits of maintaining good health. All right. Let's say you go to a gym for 3 months. That's good. That's good. You're also implementing running. That's good. That's good as well. But your diet doesn't change. Let's say you crash course yourself. You do the gym, running, and you change your diet. And you do 30 days. That's good. That's really good. But now that's when the mental barrier kicks in. Because after 30 days, if you're really working as hard as you should be working, you're going to get to a point where you sit there and say, gosh, I really don't want to go anymore. I don't like this stuff. Hard work. No, to like hard work, you have to not like it. It's a genuine love-hate relationship. You love what it does for you, but in the midst of it, you're not really going to like it. I always find it weird. People say, oh, I love the burn after going to the gym. I don't think you're working that hard. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you don't really love it. It's painful. Tearing muscle groups is painful. Having to stretch to get that flexibility back is painful. Who loves pain? And if you love pain, are you really working as hard as you should be? Because pain makes you say, I don't want to feel that again. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I'm where I want to be in life. People ask me all sorts of... I'm at the point now where people ask me all sorts of questions like how do I do this, how I get into that, how do I get these results, how I get these results. I could sit there and look at you and know that you're not serious. And people think of me as an asshole, but I'm not wasting my time. I don't care if you're family. Shoot, even my own mom dukes don't like it. It don't change the fact that if you wanted it, you would find the answer yourself. And you would naturally end up being with said people. That's how the game works. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. The universe is its own living organism. It's going to reward you for what you put forth, the work you do. Praying without work is just wishing. You going to do the work or not? So I don't want you to sit here and think that I'm a pessimistic person. No. I want you to know you failed. Get comfortable with failure. I try to fail every day. Shoot, I just finished my workout, but I failed. I've had a whole grandiose workout set it forth for me. I do that on purpose. So when I mentally and physically tap out, I know, all right, I did what I had to do. I won because I gave it my all. I failed because it wasn't all that I said I wanted to do. But the reality was I gave all I could. And I don't regret it. So I won. I won in losing. If it's taking for a new year to get you to start something new, you failed. But this gives you every more of an opportunity to find success. One step at a time. Take it one day at a time. You can't walk without putting one foot in front of the other. Next thing you know, you'll be taking 2 steps. And 2 steps turns into 4, 8, and so on and so forth. Single steps towards progression. This is the first day I'm letting you know that that is my creation. S squared T P. That might be backward T. I don't know. However, you heard what I said. S squared TP. Single steps towards progression. The only way to catch yourself is to put the next foot in front of the other. You can't put 2 feet out at the same time unless you're sitting down or jumping in the air. And at some point, one of the feet have to land. So what you gonna do? Your success is inevitable, but you gotta take it one step at a time. How bad do you want it for yourself? I know I want success so bad for myself. I'm at the point now where I don't care if people don't even like me. My proof has been in the pudding. I done sat there and gave explanation, worked with people, and they still didn't do it. All right, well, your behavior tells me that you don't want it as bad as you say you do. I'm not wasting my time with you. And I no longer care about how you feel. Don't be mad at me. Shit, I sure as hell ain't mad at me. It's a good day. Great weather lately. I'm loving it. Work's still getting done. Hey, man. And I know this is going to fall on deaf ears, too. Because everything I'm saying is nothing new. I have yet to say nothing. It's something new. I honestly don't believe the wheel has been reinvented since, like, the internet. We can make an argument for cell phones, but telephones have always been around. If it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't have the phones we have today. It's an arguable topic, but that's just my take. Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? Humans have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. We know what it takes to be successful. We know what it takes to be healthy. We know what it takes to be a good family. We know what it takes to raise up good offspring. But somewhere down the line, we want to sit here and say, no, let's do something new. Let's do what doesn't give results. Have at it. That's your consequences. You weren't prepared for your consequences. That's your fault and your fault alone. No, your life don't have to be perfect. No, your life doesn't have to have millions of dollars. No, your life doesn't have to have boats and fast cars. But if you can sit back at the end of every day and sit here and say, yeah, I have no regrets because I did all that I could, you won. What is your value system? What do you prioritize? And you can't sit here and prioritize having grandiose things and you don't even have the habits to knock off the small things. I mean, I can't, it irks my nerves. I met people that have made thousands of dollars and they don't take care of their own teeth. You got thousands of dollars and you don't even schedule a dentist appointment. It irks my nerves. You sit there and have all these kids, but you didn't take the time to sit here and assess the fact that you don't have a village for them. You don't have the resources, nor do you have the ability to get the resources with your own 2 hands. and you don't have the time that to donate or grant away to these children that they need. It irks my nerves when guys sit here and want to get in bed with every woman that they come across. But you don't have the discipline to actually get to know the woman. You don't have the discipline to understand that the moment you lay down with a woman, whether you put your name down on paper or not, your spirits are intertwined together. Please excuse me. I just get so passionate talking about this stuff. There's enough accountability for everybody to share. More than enough. Men and women across the board. It's taking you for a new year to start having. And you know what else irks me? Since I'm on a roll, I genuinely can't stand when people say you can't tell me nothing unless you've been through what I've been through. Wow, so you want to take advice from another fuck up? I get it. We like the guys that sat there and fell off and didn't make the right choice but got on track. What if you had to avoid getting off track in the first place? It's one thing if you got off track on purpose and you can explain why. Then you're not really off track. You're taking the road less traveled. But most people aren't built like that. Most people don't take the time to plan like that. Most people don't have the discipline to accept the consequences before they make the choice. A lot of people make the choice and then sit there and have to deal with the consequences. That's different. That is more than different. You're a different beast when you can sit there and say, I'm ready for every consequence. Tell a person what every consequence may be. They're in full agreement and you still make that choice and come out on top. That's a different beast. Say hello. I'm him. Humbly speaking. But fuck that humble shit. Because I'm sitting here having to make this video. I really don't like being in public. I don't even want you to know that I exist because I put in so much work. I'm tired right now. And I'm sitting here having to be another voice saying the same thing, not reinventing the wheel, for people to get in their head, hey man, you can be successful too. Hey man, if you take some accountability, a lot of that burden that's on your shoulders gets released. You know what I deem as success? I walk in rooms with millionaires and billionaires and I make them uncomfortable, not for the fact that they think that I'm going to take their wealth from them, because they don't know how to pinpoint me. I'm actually good. I'm actually very competent. I'm very capable. And I don't have to sit there and brag about it. When guys are having measuring contests, when girls are having measuring contests, whether it be with beauty, and I don't even compete with women, but I see the competition amongst all groups. When men are sitting there having that contest, oh, word, I'm going to let you win. I'm going to let you win. Because a lot of times you think the ultimate competition is in money. You sit there, you haven't figured it out yet. You think you're successful because you got all these millions of dollars. You understand that currency can change like this. We got off the gold standard. Before it was gold, it was actually goods. People were trading, okay, let's put it like this. The Incans were trading the Africans obsidian scalpels. That's a value. And they were getting either vegetations, seeds, animals. I don't want it as bad as y'all say I do. So many people in the world sit there and say, yeah, I want success, I want it. No, you want to look successful. You don't want to do the work that it takes to be successful, because the work that it takes to be successful makes you sit there and say, damn, this is a lot to bargain for. And then you got to sit there and be real and say, damn, I'm not conditioned for it. And then you got to sit there and say, damn, this is what it really takes. Is this really what I want? Damn, what did I get myself into? That's all right. And every person that sits there and says it, I'm the one that's going to sit there and say, all right, it is January 4th, 3rd, whatever day it is. At whatever time it is, will be back in 10 years. January 3rd, 4th, what have you done? I don't even have to ask you, what have you done? I'm going to walk in the room and just sit there. What you've done will radiate through your aura alone. Before we even have the conversation, your body language is going to speak well before your words do. Y'all don't want success like that. If people really wanted success like that, we wouldn't even be talking. Majority of people wouldn't be talking. Me making this video wouldn't be necessary. I would already be paid for traveling the world just so people can observe my body language. Just so people can observe my aura, witness my aura. I don't want it as bad as y'all say I do. When I say y'all, I mean whoever knows deep down inside, because you can sit there and say out loud and try to save face and cope, which a lot of people do. Oh no, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, right. Because when you walk in that room with that person that's really a beast, and they ain't saying nothing trying to appease your ego, they're not saying anything trying to get to know you, and they have all the confidence in the world in who they truly are, and they really are competent and capable and intelligent. They're not just ratchet swingers. They're not just grease monkeys, quote unquote. They can walk in an arena and step into multiple fields. What do you do then? And don't let them choose to specialize on just one thing and dedicate their life to just one thing. Take in the fresh air. It's a new year. It really isn't. However, according to American calendar and pagan holiday, it's a new year. Take in the fresh air. It's brisk. Should be on the East Coast. It's chilly. Take it in. Because when springtime comes around and everybody starts walking outside, majority of those people you see that's outside, understand they are left behind. It's the ones that were outside that nobody paid attention to. The ones that were outside that nobody paid attention to, that get lost in the crowd during that springtime madness, they're in the lead. They don't even want to be seen. Because they're used to not being seen already. I just explained to you, I prefer to not even make this video, to not even be seen, to not even be heard. Everything comes back around full circle. There are no coincidences in the universe. There are none, absolutely none. This is its own living organism. Think of the universe as your own living body. Except in this living body, you're one of the cells inside of a tissue that makes up an entire organ. This planet could be considered a tissue. Our galaxy could be considered an organ. How many galaxies are there? The cosmos could be the organ system. The organ system is making up the universe. I think I'm breaking this down properly. I mean, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but I be knowing some stuff. And I can keep up with the best of them. Even if I don't know the topic, even if I have no experience and no knowledge in the topic, I'm a very fast learner. See, my mindset made me that way. My habits and behaviors made me that way. I didn't wake up one day and just said, yeah, I'm a fast learner. I worked at it. Every time I had to start at ground zero, I said, yes, I'm ready for this. This is what I wanted. Starting at ground zero a lot, turns out it puts you at a plateau that nobody even knows exists. Even these people that have so-called money and power. There are currencies greater than both of those. Literally, I mean, there's ultraviolet radiation. Our bodies need that. There's gamma radiation. Our bodies need that. Small doses of X radiation. Our body needs that. Doses of radio waves. Our body needs that as well. There's a whole lot going on in the universe that we cannot see with the naked eye. And y'all sitting here worried about money and stuff. You haven't even conquered the stuff that actually matters. You don't even have the behaviors to get up every morning and say, I'm going to eat a fruit first. I'm going to get up and stretch first. Now, I'd rather just go to shout out Dame Dash, man. Long career. Let's take all the politics aside. Long career. I watched that video with Yaki Awaken. This is stuff that's been proven. You got a guy that even went to the New York Supreme Court. Shout out Dr. Sebi, may he rest properly. The only man out of 2,700 plus cases to actually come out victorious, because he knew the information, that you can actually heal a lot of these ailments, and the only dis-ease in the human body is mucus. It's not to say we don't need doctors. It's not to say we don't need hospitals. But when you sit there and say, oh, I want to be in better health, and then you see, oh, the journey is actually long and hard, and you run away from it, you end up doing what Dame Dash did. Now, I want the fast route. I still want to eat my steaks. I still want to. Well, you don't want good health bad enough. You don't want it as bad as you say you did. You wasted that man's time. Now, I know this was a while ago, but I'm making a point. If you really want something as bad as you say you do, you create the habits one step at a time to make it happen. The journey, don't nobody get to the same destination the same way. It don't happen. You're going to have twists, turns, and curves and loops. You might have to take 20 steps back just to take one forward. It's ugly. But if you want it as bad as you say you do, you'll take it one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. You'll get so obsessed with the grind that you'll end up getting to a point that even the stuff you watch is trying to give you the information you need. Whether you're watching the birds, whether you're watching the leaves fall, or you're watching a TV show, all of that becomes important at some point. But y'all rather just be entertained. You rather look at the TV and say, nah, I just want to relax and be entertained. You don't want it as bad as you say you do. You don't. And that's all right. But don't put that on somebody else, because you're choosing not to do the work. And it shows. It shows. When you walk in a room with somebody that does the work, you can't help but feel insecure. I don't know what that feeling is anymore. I'm only 24. I don't know what that is. I'm telling you, I done been in rooms with millionaires. And I can tell when a millionaire is insecure, and I got to sit there and say, yo, you all right? Now they got to sit there and say to themselves, damn, he can read me? Yes, because I've done the work that actually matters. There's stuff that matters that you can't take to the grave with you that are arguably more important than the stuff that you can see. That people say, yeah, this is valuable. And then imagine you work on the stuff that you can't see, but you can take to the grave with you. Oh, man. Ooh. Talk about legacy. That's legacy. That might have to be a conversation for another day. It's a great day, though. Right now is a great day. How did you capitalize? What was your win for the day? How long are you willing to journey for it? How long are you willing to fight for it? How many times are you willing to really take that knee and say, damn, I got to get back up on both feet? That's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide. And if you don't want it bad enough, you ain't got to tell me. You don't have to tell the world. In due time, your choice will be exposed. And I don't say exposed in a negative connotation. I say it in a matter of it's inevitable. Whether you want it to be exposed, whether you want it to be seen or highlighted or not, it's gonna happen. The choices I've made is being expressed right now for the fact that I'm even making this video. How I'm talking to you is how I talk to me. Literally, just today, I'm sitting here, Jay, you just got a little bit longer. 50 more yards. Don't fall out yet. Fall out when you get there. How bad do you say you want it? Are you going to stop and take a knee and catch your breath now? You only got 50 yards left. You did all that work prior to getting here. And now, all of a sudden, you want to stop? What's a little bit more? I hope this falls on deaf ears. I hope it does. Because 10 years from now, I'm going to sit here and count. That's another set of deaf ears. That's another set of deaf ears. That's another set of deaf ears. And I won't ever let them know. I'm going to just take the mental note and just say, yup, good job, Jay. You did what you had to do. Time to get refocused again. The journey ain't over. You still got air in your lungs. You still have people to inspire. You still have kids being born that need to know that regardless of who they come around, the choices they make are the choices that are important to them. I mean, how many people honestly can sit there and say word for word that the choices they make in their own lives are the most important choices, and then actually understand what they're saying to the degree that, yeah, I may work this job, but you know what? I'm going to work this job because this job is funding another job, which is funding my job. Choices. It could have been any example. The point I'm trying to make it is, if you want it bad enough, you'll always find a silver lining. How bad do you want it? Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube at the b.o.m.experience. It's a life to be lived. A life to be experienced in the flesh. And you can have your own. Or you can sit and watch me. I'll accept that too. I'm good with having eyes on me. I've done played with thousands of people on, staring down at what I could do. I'm alright with that. What's a couple million? Show me a couple million. Shit, there's billions of people on the planet. I'll settle down when there's 3 billion people. 3 billion individuals sitting there saying, yeah, man, we know who you are and we proud of you. Keep going. Here's our support. Then I'll slow down. Because by that time, I'm already sitting there like, hey, I got my own offspring. I need to get them up to speed. Follow me. Keep up. Like, share, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. There ain't too many places you can find me. I told you, I like being out the way. The universe had it set up that I had no choice but to get up out the way. And now the universe is saying, hey, Jay, you are the proof in the pudding. You took the route less traveled. And you still going hard. Let people watch you grow. You got the habits already. Y'all just don't want it bad enough. I try to be humble about this, but there's no other way to say this. Follow me. Add me. Keep up if you can. Surpass me. I encourage it. Give me a new point of view. Take care.